Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Speed of Light issue number 1 from Indiegogo. Well, it was an Indiegogo campaign. It's made by Volition Publishing. Don't know that, but by the way, issue 2 is now on Kickstarter. So if you are interested after this video or not, of course, you can pick up 1 and 2 on Kickstarter. I presume he's also the publisher going to Indiegogo. Not sure, but I got this on Indiegogo, and it's a pretty big book. I mean, it's not a floppy. It's, more like European format mostly, or something like that. What is it? It's a black and white sci-fi anthology series with, short stories, longer stories, stories with sequels. It's all in black and white. The fun thing about anthologies is that you have different stories with different artists and different writers all wrote into one. The downside is you don't know what you are getting because normally a comic has mostly 1 or 2 stories, mostly one, with one artist and one writer, and you can decide if you like it or not, and then you can buy the next one or don't. With this one, it's basically the same, but with anthologies, there's always, for my personal experience, I'm speaking, there are stories I like, and there's stories I don't like. And then you have to, think, okay, am I going to buy the next one? Is it worth it? Well, to be honest, I think yes, with this one, because it's cheap. It's $20. You have 72 pages, which is a lot of content. And the book is very big, and it has some really fun stories. Now, I cannot go through every story, so it's not more like a review, maybe something in between, but more like I'm going to show you stuff. So it's not like, this is bad and this is good. Maybe I do that. I'm not sure, because I always do things on the fly. So let's dive in. Right? I'm going to show you a couple of pages, not all of them, but I try to, leave it to your imagination as well. And if you want to buy this comic, you can read it for yourself. When it comes to quality, it's okay. Well, at most magazines, it's pretty thin covers with paper as well, but the paper quality is really good. It's very smooth. And I don't dislike the cover, but it's, like I said, thin, but it is what it is. It's not a bad thing. So, first one is, here are the chapters, by the way. So it's chapter 1, means that the next chapter is going to continue in the next volume of this Speed of Light comic. So this is about a guy who wakes up naked. He don't know where he is, who he is, and he is somewhere in a, future or a post-apocalyptic world, I think. He meets a girl, and he is being in shock because that girl has no tongue. The girl leaves a bear. He picks up her teddy bear and runs after her. And then he meets this mysterious guy. And then basically after this page, that's the ending to the next one. Like I said, the problem with this is you are getting invested and then it stops. But, it's more like, heavy metal magazine or eerie or creepy, of those Frank Frazetta magazines. I believe there was creepy or eerie or Frank, heavy metal, something like that. I like that. I have a couple of issues myself, but if you are not accustomed to that, so that's maybe getting used to, because you are basically getting transported into the next comic or in the next chapter, like this one, Europa Outpost 6. I didn't like this because I didn't like the art, I didn't like the story, I didn't like the ending. So this is a pass for me, so I'm just going to skip it. It's, in my opinion, not really worth talking about. Like I said, I don't like what's been showing here and what the story is all about. This one is interesting. This is Magical Machinations Part 1. So this is a story about, there's 2 sides. You have the side of the wizards and magic, and we have the side of people with technology, and they have their own thinking what's good for the world. They are in war at each other for a very long time. People from the technology think, hey, the people of magic are bad because they use their magic for, they are afraid that the world is being thrown in chaos. And the other way, the magic users are think that people who use technology are abominations and they are in the way of progress or something like that. Not entirely sure. There's a lot of things going on, but it's more like, well, let's say they believe that the magic should rule the world, and the technology side, you know, say thinks that the technology side ruled the world. So they are killing each other very very long time, and then we skip to this girl. This is still in the magic part, I believe, and she has some ghost friends, and she is asking her dad, "Hey, can I play with my ghost friends?" Well, and he said, "Yeah, sure, but beware of the animals." So she goes there, finds two cups, beer cups. She remembers what her dad told, that she says, well, if the babies are by themselves, that means the mother is nearby. So yeah, and this is exactly what's happening. The mother bear attacks the ghost and the girl, and she uses a portal and getting transported before she getting killed. I must say I really like the art. It has a very unique style that I actually like, and there's a couple of more like this in this comic. So there's a little bit ahead of a miss, but mostly hit. Yeah, not okay. I mean, it's good. So this is a cool one. She's being transported to the battlefield of the magic and with the magic and the technology users, and she wants to get out of here because she realizes she's been in a bad place. And then she wants to summon a demon that's protecting her, but a demon needs to have a living host to function. But there's a robot here, this one, and she actually binding a demon to that robotic creature. But she doesn't know that it actually works. And she's also the first one to do that. So she's being discovered by the technology users, and they want to kill her. And then basically the creature wakes up and defends her, and it goes on again into the next issue. I like that. I'm very interested in this outcome, how it progressed further. This was one of the most interesting and also the most good-looking art in this comic. It's called Veiled, part 1 of 3. So it ends in issue 3. So what is this all about? This is the world is being shrouded in kind of a veil. Everything outside the veil is dead or broken or whatever. We don't know, but the veil is closing in or shrinking, or even creatures that are in the veil or the veil itself is attacking people. And the people are living here. There's religious people. They are went into a ceremony, and there's people disappearing, and they need to go inside before the sun goes down. But then something happens to the neighbor, and we see here the dad and his children are under the bed. We don't see anything. I must say the art looks very good. It's very cool done. And then the next day, the neighbors are talking with each other, and they are worried that the veil is, being aggressive or whatever is in the veil. And then the veil is lifting, and there's a car, and they say, "What's that?" So they run towards the car. The veil is closing, and then the dad, I'm gonna show you a little bit, spoil a little bit here. So they are closing in, and then the dad says, "Oh no, they are outside the veil," and something happens. So I'm very intrigued and interested what the veil is and what it's all about. So this is more like a suspense horror-esque thing. I'm not entirely sure. So this is more sci-fi action. I'm going to skip a little bit because we are already at a 10-minute mark, and I don't want to, talk about too much about everything. I'm going to leave that for yourself. This is a fun one, Smuggler's Life. So this is about a guy and a robot, and he is being boarded by the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor wants to inspect of, they are hunting AI, artificial intelligence. And this is not a bad guy, by the way. He is just doing his job, and his job is, finding and destroying AI. Because in his belief, we created, this is his words, the AI to, how do you say, help humanity. But then AI is very rational. They are not built for exploring. So they basically are a threat to humanity. So they want to destroy AI. And well, this pirate or smuggler is not very pleased with his with what he is doing, and they have a back and forth conversation that I really like. So from both sides, you hear their, how do you say, how they are standing in life, right? So he says, "Well, this part is hollow," and let me look at that, and then here we go. He sees the robot that the smuggler is hiding, and then the smuggler says, "You got it all wrong, Inquisitor, number 4563. It's the council that obsessed with order and control, not the AI." And he says, "AI don't oppose progress because progress doesn't exist all of us. Humans and AI alike are just trying to survive in a way we can under the council's thumb. To survive any way we can under, no, is that a typo? I'm reading that incorrectly. Doesn't matter." And then the an Inquisitor rips off his face, and then it reveals that he is also a robot and an AI. And yeah, I like that. I like that part. And it's a self-contained story. Like I said, I like the art. I like the direction where this is going. Remnant, interesting. Not a real big fan, but it's very short. I don't like the ending very much. I mean, there's an ending scene, panel, and I'm not sure what it means. Is he attacked or is he being forced down on the ground? Basically, these demons wants to know where he came from. The demon slaughtered his crew, and this demon wants to have him point the way to his planet, and he does not want to do that, and they're gonna fight, and that's the end. Although you don't see the fight, it's just ending. So there's a little bit here and there. Space Blood, interesting. Not a big fan of the art, but the story is intriguing again. Because there's something with this woman here. She is very important, and I believe this bounty hunter is looking for her because she can breathe in space, so her lungs are special. So the people want to bring her in. But she has a surprise about herself. She has some technology built in her back, and then, she's defending herself against the aggressors. And there's also, is there an ending? Let me double check. No, this also be continued. So I'm not going much into this. Argosy is probably my favorite. It's about a mother calling, a son calls a mother, and they are archaeologists. How do you say? Well, they are digging up graves in Egypt or something like that. But there's also some weird dialogue. It says, "Hey, Mom, I can see you tits. Are you?" I'm not sure why that's a thing, but it seems this is not really important. So it's basically this group of space people are digging into asteroids for a company, and there's materials that they need for wealth. Like you see in a lot of space movies and stories. But then this woman finds something, and it reveals something. So she finds the structure, and she's getting affected. And the art is really, really good. I really enjoyed this. And so she asks her colleagues to come over, and then she attacks her colleagues, and the colleagues, fighting back. The dialogue is a little bit questionable. Bringing you on was just another mistake, although I don't know where this sentence is coming from, because there's no establishing that this woman is annoying or problematic or whatever. So when it comes to writing, it's a little bit but I like the whole gory stuff and the infected part, and I must say, looks really, really good. And then the son of this woman, of the other woman here, finds another similar structure on Earth in Egypt. So also continue to the next book. Yeah, Speed of Light. I like it. I like it very much. And the cover art looks really good. And the cover art of issue 2 is similar artist with a different cover, of course. So yeah, I think it's a recommend. Like I said, it's an anthology. There's a hit or miss here. Art can be good, can be bad, depending on your personal taste. But there's a lot of things in here that is that I want to know what's happened in the next book. So I'm probably gonna back the next issue as well. And yeah, that's basically the end of the review. I hope they like it. Speed of Light, you can get it on Kickstarter again. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my video, and I'll see you next time.